All right, welcome in everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for today's explainer because we are exploring something that is honestly just fascinating and universally relevant. We're taking a deep dive into the architecture of natural calm. We're going to unpack exactly how stepping into nature actually physically soothes our biological stress responses and helps us build lasting mental clarity. If you've ever walked outside and just felt your shoulders drop, well, we're going to look at the exact mechanics of why that happens. But first, I want you to just take a second and check in with yourself. Is your mind feeling crowded? Heavy? Are you constantly jumping from one thought to the very next, managing a million notifications, stressing over yesterday's conversations, planning tomorrow's tasks? It feels like your brain is just sprinting on a treadmill that literally won't turn off, right? That heavy, chaotic, overwhelmed feeling? Sadly, that's the baseline for so many of us right now. Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1, healing the crowded mind. The release valve for your thoughts.
Think of this as the breathe in, breathe out phase of our journey together. Just notice the shift that happens when you step into a natural space. Maybe it's looking up at a beautiful sunrise, or just feeling a really gentle breeze against your skin, or simply listening to the sound of leaves rustling in the trees around you. You physically begin to slow down. That heavy, crowded feeling we were just talking about, the edges of those thoughts actually start to soften. You aren't forcing your brain to calm down, the environment is inviting it to.
Section 2, the brain's natural reset, the science behind the soothing. Because, that softening effect isn't just some unexplainable magic. It is a direct physiological response to our environment. On one side, we have our modern baseline, this heavy state of constant stimulation in a super crowded, chaotic internal environment. But on the other side, we have the brain break. When you're around greenery and open spaces, you are giving your brain a much-needed break from that endless loop of demanding stimuli. You're moving from a state of constant mental taxation into a steady external state of open space. So the crucial point is this: greenery and open spaces actively reduce stress hormones. Think about that for a second. Nature literally alters your brain chemistry. It's not just a pleasant backdrop, it is an active participant in lowering the chemical stress signals that are pumping through your body. By simply existing in an open, natural environment, your brain registers safety, and it begins to drop those stress hormone levels right back down to a manageable baseline.
And how does it actually pull off this drop in stress hormones? Through grounding sensory inputs. Things as simple as watching the sunrise, listening to the birds chirp, or, honestly, just taking a moment to feel the fresh air on your face. These very simple, incredibly accessible sensory experiences are the exact mechanisms that pull our brain out of the trap of overstimulation. They give your nervous system something concrete, something rhythmic, and most importantly, something safe to latch onto.
Section 3, mindfulness in the now. Finding the present moment. Now, this is the hold phase of our journey. We've breathed in, we've engaged our senses, and now we are holding that stillness. Mindfulness is simply the ability to be fully aware of now without worrying about the past or the future. When you're listening to those birds or feeling that breeze, nature essentially forces you to drop your luggage. You really can't be intensely focused on the exact shade of a sunrise while simultaneously stressing about an email you sent yesterday. Nature anchors you directly in the present moment. Section 4, the comfort of cycles, a broader perspective. And this brilliantly illustrates how moving beyond immediate physical sensations, nature also provides this profound philosophical comfort through its unbreakable rhythms. Morning brings the sunrise, evening brings the sunset, and without fail, tomorrow brings the sunrise again. Nature is this constant, reassuring reminder that life inherently moves in cycles. The incredible comfort here is that just like the sun setting and rising, difficult emotions also pass. When you are standing outside just witnessing the steady turning of the day, you're reminded that your current anxiety or stress, it's temporary. Remembering these natural cycles helps us cultivate a deep sense of calm acceptance. Whatever heavy thoughts are crowding your mind right now, they will set, and a new day will rise. Section 5, small steps to calm, bringing nature into daily life. All right, we are in the exhale phase now. How do we actually bring this natural calm into a crazy busy daily life? Well, I want to dismantle a massive myth right now. You absolutely do not need to be deep in a remote mountain forest to get these benefits. It's all about micro interactions. Sitting near plants, taking a moment from your window to just watch the sky change colors, or stepping outside for a short walk in the fresh air. These are highly accessible, tiny micro steps that absolutely anyone can do, no matter where they live. And the long-term payoff of these tiny interactions, It's immense. You honestly only need a few minutes of connection with nature to reset your mind. And when you do this consistently, over time, it builds deep emotional balance, sharp mental clarity, and a much quieter, stronger inner state. It is not about escaping your life, it's about fortifying your brain so you can handle your life with calm resilience. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the profound simplicity of this thought. Nature has a quiet way of healing the mind without asking anything in return. In a world where literally everything demands our attention, our energy, or our output, this unconditional healing is incredibly rare. The natural world simply exists, and by sharing space with it, we are quietly healed. Which leaves us with one final, incredibly important question to end our explainer today. How will you connect with nature today to find your mental clarity? I want to challenge you right now. Step away from the screens, go find a plant, look up at the sky, or just feel the breeze for 2 minutes today. Give your crowded mind the reset it so totally deserves. Thank you so much for joining me to explore the architecture of natural calm, and I'll catch you in the next one.